Hi, I'm Kori.
I'm Ashlynne.
And I'm Morgan.
And we did our study on workplace stress.
Our contents include our findings, which are symptoms of work-related stress, causes of workplace stress, effects, and managing or eliminating.
Our contents also include our analysis with a conclusion and recommendations.
The purpose of this study is to help others recognize the symptoms of work-induced stress and how to manage or eliminate the effects it may have on the body and personal life.
We conducted a study with 8 participants asking various questions about workplace stress. One of the questions was, do you sometimes feel overwhelmed at work? 5 out of 8 of our participants responded yes.
Symptoms of stress include anxiety, irritability, depression, a loss of interest in work, problem sleeping, fatigue, trouble concentrating, muscle tension or headaches, stomach problems, social withdrawal, loss of sex drive, and use of alcohol or drugs to cope.
Other early signs of workplace stress may include headaches, sleep disturbances, hard time focusing, short temper, upset stomach, job dissatisfaction, and low morale.
According to the Health and Safety Executive, there are 6 important factors that lead to work-related stress when managed improperly.
These symptoms include demands, control, support, relationship roles, and change.
Some of these factors may cause stress alone, but typically they intertwine. Having high demands and low control at work may be because the employee has a low level of support.
Other factors that may cause work-related stress are workplace harassment, deadlines, workload, environmental conditions, and management.
Gender harassment of professional women by higher level men is associated with higher levels of stress and negative moods.
As well, deadlines push a person to work long hours, even on their assigned days off, causing unwanted stress that is difficult to manage. The more tasks handed to one person, the more responsibility they need to take on, causing heavy stress for extended periods of time.
Workplace stress can cause physical health effects on a person, which includes hypertension, diabetes, back and upper extremity musculoskeletal disorders, cardiovascular disease, heart disease, increased blood pressure, and male infertility.
High demands and low decision control have predicted heart disease in white-collar workers, and exposure to cumulative job strain and revealed modest increases in systolic blood pressure.
Furthermore, it can cause mental health effects that include depression, burnout, loss of interest, lack of motivation, problem sleeping, and loss of sex drive.
Problems sleeping due to stress may cause a person to become irritable and have trouble concentrating. Fatigue and sleep deprivation have been correlated to mandatory and voluntary overtime and are also associated with work-related accidents in blue-collar workers.
Loss of a sex drive could cause problems with a significant other at home. One of the most common sexual complaints among couples is disparity in sexual desire.
Workplace stress can also lead to injury. Although more research is needed, there is a growing concern that stressful working conditions interfere with safe work practices and set the stage for injuries at work. A question on our survey was, have you ever had any medical issues from workplace stress? 2 of our participants out of 8 participants total responded yes.
But don't you worry, there are ways to manage and eliminate stress.
The first step to managing work-related stress is to track stressors. This can be accomplished by keeping a journal for a while and tracking what causes stress the most at work. The journal should include feelings and information, thoughts about the work environment, including the people and circumstances involved, the physical settings, and the reactions to it.
The second step is to develop healthy responses. Exercise, family time, hobbies, and healthy sleep habits are a few of these healthy responses. Healthy sleep habits have the ability to better the quality of life over time. After a sleepless night, you may be more irritable, short-tempered, and vulnerable to stress. Once you sleep well, your mood often returns to normal.
The third step is to establish healthy boundaries. It is important to refrain from checking your work email, taking calls from coworkers, and performing work tasks while at home. A question on our survey was, does your job offer a good balance between work and personal life? 6 out of 8 people said yes.
It is okay to make coworkers aware that time off is reserved for personal life, not to be interrupted for work issues.
Employees on salary who normally work via technology have trouble keeping these healthy boundaries. It becomes routine to get home and get on the computer to check your emails one more time or listen to voicemails from work. We asked on our survey, does stress from work tend to go home with you? 3 out of 8 responded yes, and 2 out of 8 responded sometimes.
It has become routine for managers and above to have at least one day off during the week. But days off can sometimes turn into the opposite in the ability to work from home. Learning to establish healthy boundaries will keep stress down, improve family life, and keep a healthy balance between work and home.
The next step is to take time to recharge. This recovery process requires switching off from work by having periods of time when you are neither engaging in work-related activities nor thinking about work.
The last step is learning to relax. This can be done by meditation, deep breathing, and mindfulness.
Meditation practices include yoga, Zen, metta, mantra, and transcendental. There are many other types found in various cultures throughout the world. Deep breathing and mindfulness are types of meditation that may be practiced in shorter increments, even while at work.
An additional way to deal with stress is to initiate conversation with supervisors. Talking with your supervisors about the causes of stress may encourage them to make changes to the benefit of employees.
Lastly, seek some support. Talking with trusted professionals, family, and friends can help in creating ways to best manage your stress. Professionals are well versed in the causes, effects, and ways to manage stress. Friends and family have good advice since they know the individual on a deeper level.
Stress will always follow a person throughout life. It has different causes and negative effects that can bring a person down mentally and physically. The key is participating in healthy habits and out-of-work hobbies to balance out the stressors.
Recommendations for people experiencing workplace stress would be to become educated on the symptoms, know the causes, understand the effects, and find ways to cope with or eliminate stress.
More recommendations include tracking personal stressors, developing healthy responses, establishing healthy boundaries, taking time to recharge, taking time to relax, talking with supervisors, and seeking professional or social support. The following are our references. We would like to now take time to talk about some of our personal experiences with managing stress in the workplace.
I work for a family in Urbana as a nanny. What stresses me out most about my job is having to keep up with the children because they have so much more energy than myself and driving to and from Urbana every day. I have had loss of sleep and depression with this and have managed it by developing healthy personal life habits including eating healthier and going to bed at an earlier time. And once I'm done with school, I will have time to start exercising as well, which will help me sleep even better. However, trying to refrain myself from work is difficult for me because I have to keep in touch with my nanny family in case if they need me to come in early, stay late, not come in at all, or if I or the girls get sick.
And I work for Chase. When we have stressful moments in the bank, we call it a 10-9-8. That's when we take time and go down to the basement, take a 10-minute nap on the couch, or just breathe. We also take time in the back if we can't make it to the basement, which is the drive-through area, and we take a break back there. We grab water, get a bite of our banana, but it's just so that we can not have to deal with the stress constantly, because working in the bank, you're dealing with people's money. So you get a lot of customers who take their anger out on you, even though we all know that it's not our fault. They are upset because they have an overdraft fee that caused them to go negative, or the negative $500, in which it's not our fault, but you have to deal with the frustration. And being in the bank and customer service, you can't take your anger out back on them. So our managers do allow us to take a break away. Starting off right away when you're hired in, you get 3 weeks vacation time. 5 days consecutive have to be taken away from work. No one can text you or contact you unless you guys are friends outside of work, so that you can have that healthy balance between work and your personal life. We also take time once a month as a team just to go out to eat and talk, not about work, but just our lives and what's going on. I know with me, I talk about school. A lot of my other coworkers have just had babies, so it's a way for them not to have to go home to stress, but just to have a break from home and work. And it's very helpful. And the survey that we did was from the employees from JP Morgan Chase, and a lot of them aren't that stressed. So, I guess just knowing your employees and what's best for them is the best way to deal with stress, is if the company cares about the employees.
Thank you for taking time to watch our video. We appreciate it, and thank you for allowing us to do this project.